Hi, it's Shannon Wilkie from the Shine Advocacy Group. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Today we're going to continue with part 3 of executive functions. For the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about 2 executive functions weekly, so go back and check those out if you want. And today we're going to talk about another 2. Executive functions are basically life management skills. They're fundamental brain-based skills that are required to execute tasks and solve problems. So if you have a student who has ADHD, autism, or any other learning disability, they may need more support in these areas. That's why I talk about them so very much. Okay, the first week we talked about organization and planning. The second we talked about time management and task initiation. Now let's talk about attention, which is the ability to focus on a person or task just for a given period of time. So this one is so common, obviously, with ADHD. And let's try to eliminate distractions and then try setting a timer. Some of the visual timers work very well. I'll put a link below of one that I like to show students the passing of time so they start to understand that better. And you can work for like a 20-minute spurt if it's an older student, or a 5-minute spurt if it's a younger student. I have heard multiple doctors say that these brains are built for sprints, not marathons. So that is a really good system to use. And sometimes I even use it. I have one of these pretty timers because if it's pretty, maybe I'll do it more. And I try to, this is an hour, but I try to do a project for a bit and then take a break. So it's a normal thing for us to do to sustain attention and focus. The third is to repeat instructions. So if it's at school, asking a student to, repeat it back to you to make sure that they understood. And if it's at home, okay, Johnny, go get your shoes and your backpack and meet me in the car. And then you could say shoes, backpack, car. So just something to kind of make it a little easier for them to remember. Checklists are great for this. So that's attention. That's an executive function. And then the next one we're going to talk about is self-control. So that's your ability to stop and think, to control your actions. We see this in younger students especially, and so we need to be able to calm ourselves. So teaching self-calming techniques such as deep breathing, or letting students be able to tell us at school or tell us at home if they're frustrated and that they need help. So when they're younger, this might look like, 5-finger breathing, blow out each candle, or take a deep breath 5 times. At school, these kids might have some kind of a token system where they can carry a little card or a token and they can leave the class when they're feeling like they're at a 10, so they can kind of come down and find calm. Just knowing that they're feeling like that is the great first step. At school or at home, it's good to have a calm down place. So I have heard many times that nothing gets accomplished when we're all in the front right part of our brain, when we're at a 10, when we're upset. So to have a calm down place, this can be, I've seen little sensory swings or a beanbag chair in the corner of a bedroom. Or if your chair meets the wall and makes a little V, the child can sit back there when they're younger. Little spaces and a nice calming place that the child helps pick is really great. At school they can take a walk and go to the nurse's room, to the counselor, to a table in the back of the classroom. If they're very young, into a cubby area or something, wherever they feel comfortable and they feel calm at school and home. When they're older, this usually looks like their bedroom. And so if they go to their bedroom, it's very hard not to follow after and start the kind of lecture series, I call it, but that usually will not work. If everyone is at a 10, it is much better to let everyone get their cool, get back down to a place where they can receive and speak information, and then talk about it. It does not have to be immediate. So a calm down space is a great thing for everyone in the house. I have a chair in my bedroom that if mom is at a 10, she's going to go sit in the chair, listen to an audiobook, chill out, read, do something until I'm at a better place to discuss things. So all ages. And then basically, this goes hand in hand with reflection. So it's better to reflect on an incident after the brain is calm. So at school, that may look like a reflection sheet. A lot of schools will use a sheet that says, here's what I did, here's what I could have done, just to reflect on it and learn from it and grow from it. At home, that can look the same way, but you can speak through it. So a lot of times if there is an incident, then we will meet as a family and talk it through. What could we have done better? What could we learn from this? What tool did we not use? The breathing, the calm down space. And this really can work at any age. It's harder when they're very young, but as they get older, and it even works for teens. Okay, so I hope those two executive functions were helpful, attention and self-control. We'll talk about two again next week. Thank you. Bye.